You know the Sagittarius man is drawn to freedom. But what happens when a passionate, magnetic Scorpio woman steps into his world? You get fire and mystery, adventure and intensity, a connection that's anything but ordinary. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what the Sagittarius man really wants in a Scorpio woman, why her emotional depth excites him, what makes their chemistry so explosive, and what could tear them apart if they're not careful. If you're a Scorpio woman trying to understand this free-spirited fire sign, or just curious about why these two opposites attract, stay tuned. This is the truth about Sagittarius and Scorpio, raw, real, and written in the stars. To understand what a Sagittarius man wants, you first have to understand who he is. This is a man ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, and exploration. He lives for new experiences. He's adventurous, endlessly optimistic, and always looking ahead to the next big idea or destination. He's not the type to stay still or settle down just because he's supposed to. Freedom isn't a want for him. It's a need. Emotionally, he's light and straightforward. He doesn't do drama. He doesn't do guilt trips. And he definitely doesn't do clinginess. If you try to control him or pin him down too soon, he'll vanish fast. But don't mistake his need for freedom as disinterest. The Sagittarius man loves deeply, but he loves on his own terms. He wants a partner who gives him room to breathe and a reason to keep coming back. He's drawn to women who are bold, smart, and unpredictable. Someone who can challenge his mind, match his energy, and keep life exciting. A woman who's not afraid to walk her own path, just like he does. Because for him, love isn't about routine. It's about the thrill of discovering someone who can grow with him, not slow him down. So why is the freedom-loving Sagittarius man so intrigued by the intense, mysterious Scorpio woman? It's all about contrast. Sagittarius is curious by nature. He wants to know everything. And Scorpio? She's the ultimate mystery. She doesn't give away her emotions easily. She doesn't chase. She pulls people in with her quiet power, her piercing gaze, her aura of secrecy. That mystery triggers his curiosity, like nothing else. But it's not just surface-level attraction. It runs deeper. Scorpio's emotional intensity fascinates him. She feels things fully. She doesn't play around with fake connections or shallow conversations. That depth challenges him. It pulls him out of his easygoing vibe and makes him feel something more real, something raw. And then there's the physical chemistry. Let's be real. This match is electric. Scorpio brings a slow-burning sensuality. Sagittarius brings bold, unfiltered passion. When these two connect, it's fire and water. Explosive, unpredictable, and unforgettable. But it's not just sex. It's her strength. Scorpio women carry themselves with quiet confidence. They don't need approval. They don't follow the crowd. And that independence, that unwavering loyalty to the few people they actually let in, that's what makes her stand out. To a Sagittarius man, a Scorpio woman isn't just attractive. She's captivating, a rare combination of power, passion, and presence that he can't ignore. If a Scorpio woman wants to hold a Sagittarius man's heart, she has to understand one thing. He values freedom more than anything. That doesn't mean he won't commit, but he won't stay in a relationship that feels like a cage. He needs emotional flexibility. That means no smothering, no tracking his every move. Give him room to explore, to think, to breathe. Ironically, the more space you give him, the more he'll want to come back to you. Next, honesty. Sagittarius is brutally honest by nature. He speaks his truth, even when it's messy or inconvenient. And he respects a woman who does the same. He doesn't want emotional games or cryptic tests. Just say what you mean. Be direct. Be real. He also needs someone who doesn't take life too seriously. Scorpio energy can get heavy, but he thrives on lightness, humor, spontaneity. If you can laugh at yourself, pack a bag on a whim, or say yes to an unexpected adventure, you're speaking his language. And then there's trust. This is where it gets tricky. Scorpio can be fiercely loyal, but also deeply suspicious. And if she lets jealousy or control issues creep in, the Sagittarius man will feel trapped. He doesn't respond to pressure. He responds to freedom. He'll stay if he feels trusted. If not, he'll run and not look back. The key? Let him be himself, and he'll naturally gravitate toward the one woman who doesn't try to own him, but understands him. Now, let's talk about the deal breakers, because with a Sagittarius man, there are a few things that will make him run for the hills. First, don't overanalyze him or the relationship. Scorpio has a tendency to dig deep, to search for hidden meanings and read between every line. But Sagittarius? He's simple. What you see is what you get. If you start obsessing over every word he says or every moment of distance, he'll feel misunderstood and, eventually, emotionally drained. Control is another red flag for him. If you try to dictate how often he calls, where he goes, or who he spends time with, he'll start to pull away fast. Not because he doesn't care, but because he needs to feel like he's choosing the relationship freely. Emotional manipulation? Total non-starter. Don't test his loyalty by playing hard to get, going silent to make a point, or creating jealousy to get a reaction. Sagittarius is blunt, but he's also emotionally honest. If he senses games, he won't play, he'll leave. And finally, don't hold grudges or expect him to read your mind. Scorpio feels deeply and can carry emotional wounds longer than she shows. But Sagittarius isn't a mind reader, and he's not wired to decode emotional silence. If you're upset, speak up. If something's off, say it plainly. He needs honesty, trust, and room to grow. So, how do you keep a Sagittarius man hooked? Simple. You become the woman who fascinates him and gives him freedom to chase. Start by staying mysterious, but not secretive. There's a difference. He loves a woman with layers, someone who doesn't reveal everything at once. Keep your emotional depth, your inner world, but don't shut him out or play cold. Let him feel like he's constantly discovering new sides of you. Let him lead sometimes. Sagittarius men are natural initiators. They love to explore, to plan, to take action. But don't be passive, surprise him. Be bold. Suggest spontaneous trips. Start unexpected conversations. Show him you can keep up and even outpace him. He also needs playfulness. Mental stimulation. Keep things light sometimes. Joke with him. Debate with him. Feed his mind as much as you feed the connection. A Scorpio woman who can go deep and stay playful? That's rare and unforgettable to him. And finally, loyalty. Show it, but don't use it as a leash. He wants to know you're committed, but not that you're dependent. He wants to feel safe with you, but not tied down. If you can love him without trying to own him, he'll keep coming back by choice, not obligation. The Sagittarius man doesn't want a mirror. He wants a mystery. And the Scorpio woman, if she plays it right, can be the one woman who both fascinates him and grounds him. It's a powerful match when passion meets purpose, when freedom meets emotional depth. Are you a Scorpio woman dealing with a Sagittarius man? Tell me your story in the comments. I want to hear how this dynamic plays out in real life. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Zodiac chemistry, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a relationship breakdown from the stars.